What's up, everyone? It's Urban Libertarian. It's March 13th, 2017, and I am reporting to you from the belly of the beast in La La Land, Los Angeles, California, United States of America. And oh my God, I have the hardest video that I'm ever gonna have to make here, because it's about women and children, and I just have to almost put like a disclaimer. It's kind of fucking ridiculous, but I guess I sort of have to. And I ask that you please watch this whole video in its entirety before you cast judgment on me, because it's gonna look like I'm talking shit, and I kind of am. But you know, nothing against these girls in particular in this commercial. They're actresses. I know they're getting paid, you know, to be little propagandists, but that's not for me to judge. But I'm gonna sound kind of like an asshole, and I may freak you out, and that's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this. Just hear me out, and let's look at the science. Let's look at the facts, and then we'll see what's going on. Okay, let's all take a deep breath. All right, so this Microsoft fucking I hate hashtags. I fucking can't stand this shit. Hashtag make what's next, change the odds commercial. You've probably seen it. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna stop it a bunch of times. I just can't take it. But it's total propaganda, and it's a false narrative. And it's basically Microsoft is trying to change biology. I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do here, but it's complete bullshit. So here we go. Okay, they want to change.
I'm really passionate about climate change.
Okay, fuck me. Climate change. You're really passionate about the fucking climate changing. It's bullshit. Okay, for so long we've known it's bullshit. Now this is from Forbes. This is dated 2011, and I'll go further back, but it's bullshit. So this is titled "Sorry, but with global warming, it's the sun, stupid." No shit. So I don't know what the fuck this girl's gonna do about the sun. Man-made global warming crisis crusaders are now facing a new threat. Their anti-fossil carbon-based premise for alarmism is being challenged by new scientific evidence, of important solar influences upon climate that can't readily be blamed on us. Not that there wasn't lots of good evidence of this before. Actually, there has been. It's been routinely denigrated and ignored. Well, I wonder why. You know, and this is just another, I mean, tons of articles. If you don't believe Forbes, then we'll go to National Geographic. This is from 2007. Mars melt hints at solar, not human cause for warming, scientists say. Okay, so I don't know what that little girl's gonna do to go change the sun. Okay. Simultaneous warning on Earth and Mars suggests that our planet's recent climate changes have a natural and not a human-induced cause, according to one scientist. Controversial theory. Well, it's not just one scientist, okay? This is 2007. We're in 2000. It's been 10 years. There's a lot more scientists that agree. Yeah, you know, basically what this article says, yeah, there may be, you know, some human-induced changes. I mean, humans have been fucking up the Earth the whole. I mean, Jesus, Fukushima. I mean, I don't see any of these girls talking about how they want to fix Fukushima. I want to stop nuclear radiation from entering the atmosphere and our oceans. I didn't hear any. Well, fuck. Okay, I'm jumping the gun. See, but anyway, that's bullshit. So let's just get this out of the way. Oh, and the scientist that was saying this. Oh no, it sounds like a Russian name. Oh no, it's Russia, right? So he believes that, or he or she, I don't know, believes that changes in the sun's heat output can account for almost all the climate changes we've seen on both planets, okay? So humans, I'm sorry to tell you, you fucking idiots, but humans' carbon dioxide is not going to affect the polar ice caps on fucking Mars, okay? Mars and Earth, for instance, have experienced periodic ice ages throughout their histories. Yes, it's fucking true. And that's called climate change. And we weren't fucking around for these ice ages. Man-made greenhouse warming has made a small contribution to the warming seen on Earth in recent years, but it cannot compete with the increase in solar irradiance. Okay? So sorry, honey, you can't compete with the sun.
I'm worried that there won't be enough fresh water for everybody. I want to make...
Okay. I don't even know. Just the way she gives that little fucking wink and everybody, like, look at her. She does this little neck twirl.
Water for everybody.
Oh, fuck. For everybody. Sorry. I'm not trying. I know you're their children. I'm not going to try. I said I was going to try to make fun of it, but I don't like it. It's condescending. And somebody's coaching that girl. And clean water. Yeah, that is an issue, but there's technologies to clean the water now. And anyway, let's just move on.
Make sure that we're able to have a self-sustaining environment.
Okay, I looked up what a self-sustaining environment is. I looked up literally a self-sustaining environment. I don't know what the fuck it is. It doesn't make any sense. Everything I found was talking about like little ecosystems, like a fish tank. Okay, look at this. Do the image search. Check this out. Right there, that's a self-sustaining environment. So, does this girl want to live in a fishbowl? What the fuck? There you go. There's your self-sustaining environment. Go live in there. It's fucking Agenda 21 horse shit. So I don't even know what the fuck that means.
My interest is to find a cure for breast cancer because my mom had it.
Okay. Good intentions. I'm sorry for your loss. That's a bummer. Sounds like your mom's dead. You know, yeah, cancer's a big deal, but why focus just on breast cancer? I didn't look up the statistics, but lots of other cancers kill lots of other people, not just men and women. Everybody dies from cancer. How about finding a cure for all cancer? But okay. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so there they go. They're looking at science. Ooh, look, kids, it's science. Wow. Science.
Oh.
Okay, so here they're trying to insinuate the polar ice caps melting. And by the way, polar bears can swim for like fucking miles. It's like a long time. It's like 40 miles, or it's probably more than that. I didn't look. Just look it up. Trust me, it's true. And the ice caps they melt in the summer and they get bigger in the winter. It's just how it goes. But I don't know how like her playing with this virtual reality thing is gonna stop climate change, because we've already concluded it's the fucking sun. So I don't know how she's gonna fight the sun. But here we go.
Whoa. The cracks are probably where the water is.
Wow. That's pretty intelligent of you there. Oh my god.
Seeing stuff like this,
I think I want to be able to help do that.
it makes me feel like unstoppable. Like,
We gave them the bad news. Odds are you won't solve these problems. I mean, what an asshole way to say that. Oh, you probably won't solve these problems. Why is that? Because only 6.7 of women graduate with STEM degrees. You know what the problem is, though? Is that it's not a lot of men that are graduating with STEM degrees. These are the science and technology degrees, right? But the problem is... Oh, God, I was going to wait here. Here we go. I had it set up, and now I'm actually getting ahead of myself. Oh, man, where was it? I lost it. Anyway, I had an article about the problem is that foreign students are outpacing Americans for STEM graduate degrees, okay? So it's not just you. It's not just the girls that aren't graduating with STEM degrees. It's that Americans aren't graduating with STEM degrees, okay? For all the money and effort we throw into luring more Americans and girls towards science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM, right? Seems more of the workforce may be coming from overseas. Oh, well, why don't Microsoft make a fucking commercial for that? The number of U.S. citizens and permanent residents earning graduate degrees in science and engineering fell 5% in 2014 from its peak in 2008. At the same time, the number of students on temporary visas earning the same degrees soared by 35%, according to survey data collected by the National Science Foundation and National Institutes of Health, those fucking conspiracy websites. It's a big concern. We bring a lot of students here. We train them, and then they fucking leave, says Vince Bertman, president and CEO of Project Lead the Way, which promotes STEM coursework and programs for schools. So this poor fucker's promoting STEM to Americans, and he's like bummed out because, you know, these people come here and then they just bail. Okay? So there's the graph, blah, blah, blah. One survey analysis from 2009 found that boys were expressing more interest than girls in math as early as adolescence. Evidence some experts caution that boys and girls may simply have certain innate interests dictated by genes and biology, not socialization. Well, holy shit, Microsoft, you're going to change our genes and biology? And it's, oh God. And look, where was it? And I'll get back to it. But, oh, where was it? Oh man, I had it here. The problem is that men and women aren't. They're not the most popular degrees for men and women is business and management. Okay, that's master's degrees for men, master's degrees for women, business management. That's postgraduate. Then education, then electrical. There's some kind of STEM for the men, but anyway, I'll get into that. My point is that Americans aren't even doing, and it's not even men that are, there's a small percentage of men that are getting these fucking degrees, okay, in the United States. So I don't know why you're crying. I don't know why you're making it sound like someone's against you. They're not. It's just that you're more likely to get a nursing degree, and that's okay.
Sense to me, like why would that be? There's always going.
Why would that be? Well, let's see. Because women are not choosing those kinds of degrees, okay? The most popular master's degrees, BA. That's what men are doing, the same, okay? Education, social work, elementary and teaching, curriculum and instruction. So they're getting into a lot of educational things. Special education teaching, counselors, nursing, reading, teaching. So women are dominating the teaching, and I'll get into that here. Okay, so this is from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Okay, this is from 2014. These are traditional occupations for women. Speech language pathologists. Women dominate 98.4% of the field. Preschool, kindergarten, okay, child care workers, hairdressers, secretaries, nurse. So these are a lot of nurturing jobs. Nurse, again, look at this, 90% of registered nurses, 91, they got the lockdown, okay? Librarians, look at this, 84%, okay? So let's look at men. So this is the percentage of women in men's jobs. There are 0% that can even be counted, right? For cement masons, concrete finishers, derricks, rotary drill workers, gas mining, 0. Crane and tower operators, 0.2%. Bus mechanics, 0.3%. Vehicles, roofers, 0.5%. Heavy vehicles, brick masons, heating and air, 1.2% represented. They're a huge minority. Okay, now we're barely getting into some kind of like measurable minority. Okay, literally we're at like, they can't even measure the men of cement masons and oil workers. Okay, I'm sure there's probably a few female oil workers. Cool, awesome, good for you. That's interesting. Okay, tool and die makers. Okay, and yes, I know that there are exceptions, you know, but what are we looking at here? For the most part, okay, machinists. I mean, still, it's like 3% electricians. all this stuff, maintenance workers, it's all like welding, okay? 4.8%. Now, my sister is actually studying welding. That's fucking cool. That's awesome. She's a huge minority, okay? And that's cool. But it's not because somebody told her she couldn't be a welder. Just she discovered it later in life, and that's what she's doing, and that's cool. Okay, but look, for the most part, these are all like big, burly, strong, hard physical jobs. And I'm not saying that women are weak or anything, and we'll get into the science about strength and other things. This is gonna be a long video, but my point is, I'm getting to the meat really quickly here, if this is quick. But look, come on. It's like heavy duty physical stuff for the men, and this is just from the workforces, okay? This is just from the labor statistics, and then lots of, nurturing type things. We'll get into why that is, but fuck, I'll move on because people are gonna think I'm dicks if I don't finish this. Okay, so let's move on.
Someone that says like, no, you can't do it.
No one's saying you can't do it. No one's saying you can't do it. You're just, females are choosing to do different types of work, and that's cool. And there are different types of work and different types of studies. That's just nature.
We're as amazing as men. Like, we can do as much stuff as they can.
No one's stopping you.
I want my name to be there and be like, Marley was the one who helped stop this climate.
Yes, Marley's the one that stopped the sun from changing the not only the Earth's climate, but the climate on other planets. Okay, Marley, you did it.
Issue.
I will discover a cure for breast cancer.
Great. Do it.
We need all hands on deck right now.
Change the world. Stay in STEM. Stay in STEM. They never were in STEM. All right, so anyway, as you can see, there's not many men who are nursing. Okay, less than 10% of men are nurses. I have friends that are male nurses, and that's cool. There's a need for it. Okay? And it's not, oh, you're weird, you're a minority. I mean, who cares? You're okay, yes, you're a minority. If you're a male and you're a nurse, you're a minority. That's cool. Should we make videos for men that aspire, dun 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 dun, right? And then like showing them nursing to little boys, people taking their blood, right? And they say, oh, that looks like fun. They say, well, sadly, you may never become a nurse. Oh no, why is that? Because society is stopping you. No, it's because boys don't want to be fucking nurses. Come on. Fuck. Just like most Americans don't want to work in, most boys and girls don't want to work in STEM. It's the fucking statistics prove it. At least in America, the United States. Look at this. The most popular degree for men and women is fucking business. For all of them, it's business. So yes, look, men do make up like electrical, electronics. Yeah, that would make sense. Construction, like higher white collar construction type things, engineerings, electricians, different types of like architecture, right? Okay, business, education. So they're still in education, accounting, public administration, computer science, mechanical engineering, computer. Okay, so yeah. Definitely more men, but not that many, because if you look, it's 1.6, 1.5. It's a small percent. I mean, look at this. All right, so let's move on. So why? Let's talk about why is it? Well, let's talk about gender in the brain, okay? I don't know what study this is. There are many studies. This is just one I picked. Just trust me, this is correct. Yes, you may find some conflicting study. Yes, because I understand that we actually are more similar than we are different, okay? I understand this. I'm not doing this to try to divide people. I'm just doing it to try to slap some fucking sense into people's brains, okay? And to get away from these false narratives that are circulating around and really trying to bring us together, because we have a lot more in common than we have indifference, but we have to understand that we are different, and we can never be equal on a equal terms. We're slightly, men have more power in some ways, generally speaking, not all, and women have more power in some other ways and advantages in other ways. It's like a Pokemon graph, you know. It's like no one's perfect. No one has, you know, except for like the gods or whatever. You know, there's always a weak point and a strong point is what I'm trying to get at. So moving on, our brains are fucking different, okay? I'm not going to spare you this, but I'll get to the findings of the study, okay? So the brain size, women's brains are 8% smaller than men's, but they have more interconnections, okay? So it's not like, your brains are smaller. Okay, your brains are generally smaller, ladies, but you're more connected. Okay, women perform better at bigger picture and situational thinking than, while men do better at more specific spatial thinking, which would make more sense with the STEM stuff that's going on. Okay, I'm not that good at that kind of stuff. Like, I suck in math. All right, right here, math. Men are supposed to be better. I'm not that good at math. All right, so here we go. Emotions. Women typically, wow, shocking. Women typically have a larger limbic system than men, which makes them more in touch and more expressive with their emotions. Fucking duh. Women are usually more empathetic and comprehensive in thinking, while men focus on exact issues. Yes, I can vouch for that, and disregard impertinent information, right? Straight to the facts, right? Women are more into like well, how did they feel about it, blah, blah, blah. Men are like, okay, give me the fucking facts. What's going on? Generally speaking, men have a difficult time understanding emotions. Okay, that's men's weak point, and not explicitly verbalized, but can think more logically, while women have a more wholesome view of thinking and understanding, but their emotions can sometimes influence decisions. Yes, look at all of the look at politics, right? Look at look at how Obama got elected. Somehow the ladies broke through and voted for Trump. Thanks, ladies, you did it. But yeah, I mean, like all these campaigns, it's based on, it's the little piano in the background, right? It's totally emotional. It's obviously geared towards women. I'll get to this video, which has the emotional music in the background too, right? So obviously, if women are more emotional, in tune, and all these things, doesn't this reflect in this in the statistics of work? Right? Speech language pathologists, child care workers. Okay, I mean, you can see, look at this, 95%. Hairdressers, you know, nurses. These are all obviously more, and it's not derogatory, female type, emotionally based work. I don't know how to, you know what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so moving on. Oh, that was throwing like a girl. That's my the next one. Getting ahead of myself. So, and then math, the brain area called inferior paralubula, the IPL, is normally larger in men than women. Mine probably isn't. This area is thought to control mathematical process, which explains why men typically can perform mathematical tasks better than women. Okay, and then women tend to perceive pain more intensely than men. Well, if you experience pain more intensely, then you're obviously not going to be the best fucking bricklayer or brick mason or sweating your nuts off in a fucking HVAC system, right? I know, because my wife, she can't handle tortillas, hot tortillas. She can't handle, I think it's funny, she can't handle like really hot plates or hot pans. You know, I can, apparently. I don't know. I don't have anything to do with it, but that's an interesting fact, though. Women actually, when they get shot or stabbed or whatever, they have a higher survival rate, and that's, I believe, the research shows it's related to a childbirth. Okay, so that's why science. That's why women are not in the STEMs, and more women are in the STEMs, and it's not even by like that much. Okay, now going on to the other topic, what's going on to the economy. What I want to get shifting. Right, talking about how men are shifting into fields that were traditionally dominated by women, and it's because the economy is getting shitty. Okay, so here's a story about this guy. He graduated from high school, right? And, he thought about construction, manufacturing that young men usually do, and he couldn't find work, right? Well, what happens when you open the floodgates and to immigrant workers, both skilled and unskilled, and you have all these fucking regulations and all the businesses have to leave. What happens? Well, all the fucking jobs dry up, right? So after career counselors told him that medical fields were growing, he borrowed money, right? So he did training, right? He has no trouble finding jobs that pay $12 or $13 an hour. Wow, man. That's fucking awesome. You're going to get ahead in life. Fuck. That's bullshit. So he gave little thought to the fact that more than 90% of dental assistants and hygienists are women. And I think that statistic's in there. Anyway, I'm going to get confused, so let's move on, right? So anyway, the way I look at it, Mr. LikeAgirl explained, without a hint of awareness that he was turning the tables on the time-honored feminist creed is that anything basically that a woman can do, a guy can do. Look at this guy's awkward. A former lawyer teaches kindergarten in Houston, right? So cool. Good for you, man. Anyway, while women continue to make inroads in prestigious, high-wage professions dominated by men, more men are reaching for the dream in female-dominated occupations that their fathers might never have considered. So it's actually sad. The shift includes low-wage jobs as well. Nationally, 2/3 men were bank tellers, almost twice as many were receptionists, and 2/3 were waiting tables. And where was this quote in here? Yeah, look at this. This is, I think it relates to why Trump won. Now, though the trend has spread among men nearly of all races and ages, more than 1/3 of whom have a college degree. In fact, the shift is most pronounced among young, white, college-educated men like Charles Reed, a 6th-grade math teacher at Patrick Henry Middle School in Houston. So that just goes to show the degradation of the economy and society. Okay, so now I wanted to move on to this stupid fucking commercial from Always, which is a female product for girls, ladies, women. And basically the premise is they're trying to say, if you say something like a girl, that you're being some asshole. Let's go.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm gonna just give you some actions to do. And just do the first thing that comes to mind. Show me what it looks like to run like a girl.
My hair. Oh my God.
Okay. So what do you notice? That they're uncoordinated. She's worried about her fucking hair. Okay.
Show me what it looks like to fight like a girl. Now throw like a girl.
Aw.
Okay. So they're implying that fuck me, I don't even know where to start. So they're showing that why do pretend you're a girl, and they're trying to set it up that you're some kind of asshole if you say that girls don't throw right. Right? So why is that? So why do girls throw like a girl? Well, there's some fucking science behind it. Okay? And that's funny that they try to market this towards me.
It makes me feel
Right. Where was it? So there was studies, and I did the study. I checked out the study. It's from the Rio Grande do Sul Federal University. It's translated from Spanish to English. But basically, from the abstract, that prepubescent boys and girls, their muscle strengths are basically the same. Okay? But after puberty, this was a study done in swimming, in body strength. Basically, after puberty, that there is a significant difference between men and boys, or adolescents, young men and young women, their body strength. Okay? And then this study talks about that too. So look, but even at age 4, Jeffrey Thomas, Dean of College Education, University of North Texas, the difference is 3 times than any other motor function. So it was talking about the motor function skills of boys and girls. There's just something about it in the U.S., okay? In the U.S. that's the girls just can't throw a ball that well in the U.S. Now, interesting, I found that because I liked biology and just interesting nature versus nurture and epigenetics. It's interesting to me. So they did this study in Aboriginal kids in Australia, and they say basically they found that the girls threw a tennis ball about 8/10 the velocity of their male counterparts, which isn't that much of a difference, right? So look, in the U.S., that's only seeming more pronounced, right? The girls threw about 51 to 78% of the velocity of boys. So that's a huge difference. So basically, they're trying to say that a long time ago, the good hunting genetics were passed on, and that it mattered because how they threw to kill the animals. Okay, so we're not Aboriginals. Girls don't have to hunt anymore, but there's a difference. Okay, in coordination and body strength. Okay, people like graphs. So basically, if you look here, it's when this is like pre-puberty. The difference is pretty minimal. This is boys, this is girls, right? And then it jumps. Okay? And it jumps. So that's why you throw like a girl. We're not being fucking assholes. It's just science. Okay? And then they put some strong girls, and I'm not mocking the girls personally. They put some strong girls to show you, oh, look, we can do it. Watch.
My name is Dakota.
Notice the fucking music. Din, 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 din. Inspirational horseshit music.
And I'm 10 years old.
Show me what it looks like to run like a girl. Throw like
They
a
run pretty good.
girl.
Okay, that's still not good. Wrong. Still, nope. 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 Girls can fight. Girls can fight. But if you notice, the coordination's is not there. Okay? And specifically throwing. I'm getting in throwing like a girl. We've already proven that the muscle strength after prepubescence, and that age, those girls are, boys and girls are actually the same. Interesting, right? But even at a young age, though, the technique of throwing. Don't get me wrong. Jenny Finch, that pitcher, though it's an underhand throw, but fuck me, that girl fucking throws hard. And I've seen girls who can throw a baseball really fucking well. Okay, anybody can do anything they want if they really put themselves to it and they try hard. Anybody, doesn't matter your race, doesn't matter how much money you have, depending on what you want to do. There are some financial things, but you get what the fuck I'm saying. Okay. Fuck me.
You when I say run like a girl.
It means run fast as you can.
Good for you. You are running as fast as you can.
So do you think you just insulted your sister?
No. I mean, yeah. Insulted.
See, and now they're virtue signaling, making him feel bad.
Is like a girl a good thing?
Actually, don't know what it really, if it's
Okay, I can't take it. Anyway, this video is fucking long. I think I've proved my point. Let me know what you think. Really, I appreciate your comments. Share this with your friends if you want to get a good rouse out of them. Again, I'm not against women. I'm just against lies and bullshit. And it's okay that girls throw like girls. It's okay that most boys don't want to be hairstylists. And if they do, awesome. Good. Cool. Trust me. I am one that I consider myself not to be on the spectrum of what everybody does and what everybody thinks. So I totally understand what it's like to be in a minority. So anyway, comments, appreciate it. Thanks for watching.